Greetings everyone, this is a watch review, which is a basic and amateur one because I'm not a professional, but anyway, we're gonna look at the model of Citizen BN0100-51E, also called promaster or excalibur, something I don't even know what it means. Anyway, it's a 200 meters divers. And the reason I wanted to get this is because I like to swim, to take a shower even with the watch is interesting, because some of them you're going to see which they say 10 meters or 20 meters or even 300 meters. But I was curious because it doesn't really say that it will be resistant to that much depth, unless if you say divers. Say for example, if you buy a watch which it says 20 meters, that doesn't mean you can necessarily drop it to that depth and then it's gonna surely survive without any water inside. Until this one is also ISO certified. It's international standardization organization or something. You check it on Wikipedia, but it's quite interesting because it tests every single dive watch and it simulates the specifics of the water, which can be full of salt, rapid temperature changes, and pressure, which the watch can resist. And bear in mind, it's resistant, is not waterproof, which can show that you can stay with that watch. Say for example, the watch can stay there for 24 hours and then eventually one drop will go inside. You can't be waterproof forever. Okay. Another of the reasons for these watches is they also look good. Look, if you see this, look at this one. It doesn't really give a description of a dive watch, does it? You can think because of the crown and the guard and the bezel, which for the ISO standards, it must have every minute described, so you can check the time and the minutes when you're underwater. The other bezels for the other regular watches, they don't have this. They have until 10 or 15. Then they just you can just guess how many minutes until you can see proper minute every single amount of time. Now, if you compare this to the regular watch, which I also have one here. This is an atomic. Say this one is a 200 meters. If you can see, yes, probably, yeah, just down here. 200 meters. That doesn't mean that you can go to 200 meters with it if you're, or even the watch itself. Because if you put it on your wrist, it will give you some different pressure. This one receives radio signal, and it's 200 meters. But this means probably you can go to a pool, no more than 10 meters down or something. That's what I would assume. You can check this on internet because I'm not a professional. But I'm just making a amateur video, in my opinion, how the watch looks. This one I used to have before. I bought it before, and then I thought it was simple because you can buy it on Argos for like 150 pounds. It used to be less before, but now they've put up the price. Once I started wearing this one later on, it's different. If you like to swim and all these things, it's better to have a short something, that you have something which is completely standard and certified for water resistance. If you look at this one, some of the dive watches, they have circles every minute and every hour. This is more looks like a, I don't know. It gives me an impression of a regular day watch, and then at the same time something with the dive. The dial is red. It's got a 6 months power reserve, and when the battery goes low, it gives you every 2 seconds movement to warn you that you have to charge the battery. It's an eco drive. You can be charged by any light or something with UV or something. Some lights might not be effective. But the sun, you can just charge it for the next few hours on sunlight. You can fully charge your battery, or probably one night on the light, like 10 inches away. The bezel is good, difficult to move it with one hand, or one finger, sorry, but more than one finger is good. It doesn't align as accurate as much on some other models, but it's still accurate. And you can see until 15. As the other watches, they don't have it. They have it until here, then until here is just those. 30, 35, 40, 45. This one has every single spot on it. Okay, the strap is stainless steel, and it has an extension. I already took off 3 pieces of the strap because I'm a skinny guy. And then it started pressuring my wrist, but after some time the strap is going to loosen off the links. The links will loosen, so then it will be just perfect. Okay, it's got like plus minus 15 seconds a month, but I've tracked it down before. It's gonna be like a second or 2 seconds every week going forward, which is better than slowing down. So I've put it 10 seconds back, so I don't have to worry about it, say, for a month or something, because I like to keep the time precise, not more than 15 seconds away, as it's described. And yeah, it's not that bad for me. It's not a bad timepiece. If you have it underwater, and then when you go out, the bezel will be rotating not very, just slightly difficult. And then when it gets dry, it comes back to, you know, the clicking stereo sound. I don't know why. The date window is not as big as on some other watches. Don't know. Not that bad, but it's difficult to see from distance. You can see the Nighthawk sign inside. Yeah. Which means if you glow up the lume, which I'll do now, eventually we'll have some glowing looms for some time, but they go off quickly. They're not as long as some other watches, but it's strong enough. Say for example, if I sleep over the night and I wake up, or I just wake up for a few minutes in the night, my eyes are sensitive as to every other person, so you can just check in the darkness what the time is. There you go. Kind of green and bluey. Not that bad. But after a few minutes it will go away. You'll see by the end of the video. The glass is crystal mineral, probably the second strongest, before sapphire. And it's 41mm case. Not that bad. Not big and not small. Something medium, I would say. The hour dial is sorry, the minute dial is, it has a play when you put it on the, when you start setting up the minutes, you can never put it on the proper minute. This is why there's a play between up and back and forward. So you have to put it slightly after the minute and slightly before the minute, and then it's gonna be just slightly forward or back. When you shake when you shake the watch, it keeps shaking. There's this play, I don't know how they designed it, but to me it's shit. But I just set it up. Say for example here, I'm not gonna take it off because it's difficult, but once you get to learn it, if the minute hand is here, if you shake it, it's gonna go slightly forward. So it's just in between. That's the one negative that I don't like about the watch. But having it for some time is good. You can have it for some occasions, some mixed occasions, sports, wedding. Don't know. I'm not that kind of outy person. But anyway, in my opinion, it's not a bad timepiece. It's just the crown on the right. It hurts my left hand. That's why I put it on the right. That's one thing also I don't like. But it's a rotating and it's firm and it's quite. It gives you confidence that you won't have any problem with the water, especially when you're having shower or diving or anything. And the bezel is not that bad. Every time I look at some other watch, this goes back to some sort of classic and at the same time sophisticated. not that much sophisticated apart from the bezel that you have on the side. People will be thinking what it is, compared to this one where you have bezel with the time zones, radio control, daylight saving time, and radio station, radio signal status, whether it's approved, waiting, or no. But still, I mean, that one is a lot thinner, but then you don't have the water resistance up to 200, literally, because it's not diverse, but it's atomic, you know, the most precise in the world. Updating. Anyway, hope you guys like the video. Put your comments below. You see on the description, I'll try to put in some specifics, but yeah, not that bad.